The Buddha said to Ananda, "Sentient beings who are born in the Buddha land, all reside among those assured of nirvana. The reason is that in that land, there are neither beings who are destined to adverse conditions, nor those whose destinies are uncertain. All Buddhas, Tathagatas, in the 10 quarters, as numerous as the sands of the river Ganges, together praise the inconceivable, supernal virtue of Amitayus. All sentient beings who, having heard his name, rejoice in faith, remember him even once, and sincerely transfer the merit of virtuous practices to that land, aspiring to be born there, will attain birth, and dwell in the stage of non-retrogression. But excluded are those who have committed the 5 gravest offenses, and abused the right dharma." The Buddha said to Ananda, "Devas and humans in the worlds of the 10 quarters, who sincerely aspire to be born in that land, can be classified into 3 grades. The higher grade of aspirants are those who leave their homes and abandon worldly desires to become monks. Having awakened aspiration for enlightenment, they single-mindedly remember Amitayus and perform meritorious practices, aspiring to be born in his land. When they are about to die, Amitayus, together with a host of sages, will appear before them. Then they will follow him and attain birth in his land. At once they will be born by transformation, spontaneously from within, 7 jeweled lotus flowers. They will dwell in the stage of non-retrogression, attain steadfast wisdom, and be capable of freely exercising supernatural powers. For this reason, Ananda, sentient beings who wish to see Amitayus, while in this world, should awaken aspiration for the highest enlightenment, do meritorious deeds, and aspire to be born in his land." The Buddha said to Ananda, "The middle grade of aspirants are the devas, and humans in the worlds of the 10 quarters, who sincerely desire to be born in that land. Although unable to become monks, and cultivate much merit, they awaken aspiration for the highest enlightenment, single-mindedly think on Amitayus, perform some good deeds, observe the precepts of abstinence, build stupas, donate Buddhist statues, give alms to mendicants, hang banners, light candles, scatter flowers, burn incense, and so forth. They transfer the merit of those practices to his land, aspiring to be born there. When they are about to die, Amitayus will manifest his transformed body, which is fully possessed of the same radiance and physical characteristics and marks as those of the real Buddha, and make it appear before them, together with a host of sages. Then they will follow this transformed Buddha, and be born in the Pure Land, where they will dwell in the stage of non-retrogression. Their virtue and wisdom will be next to those of the higher grade of aspirants." The Buddha said to Ananda, "The lower grade of aspirants are the devas and humans in the worlds of the 10 quarters, who sincerely desire to be born in that land. Although unable to do many meritorious deeds, they awaken aspiration for the highest enlightenment, and single-mindedly concentrate on Amitayus, even 10 times, desiring birth in his land. When they hear the profound Dharma, they joyfully accept it, and do not entertain any doubt, and so, remembering the Buddha even once, they sincerely aspire to be born in that land. When they are about to die, they will see the Buddha in a dream. Those aspirants, too, will be born in the Pure Land. Their merit and wisdom will be next to those of the middle grade of aspirants." The Buddha said to Ananda, "The majestic virtue of Amitayus is boundless. All the innumerable, uncountable and inconceivable Buddhas, Tathagatas, in the worlds of the 10 quarters praise him. Innumerable and uncountable Bodhisattvas, in the Buddha lands of the Eastern Quarter, as numerous as the sands of the river Ganges, all without exception, visit Amitayus in order to worship, and make offerings to him, and to the assembly of Bodhisattvas and Shravaka's. Having heard the teaching, they expounded to lead people into the path of the Buddha, as in the eastern quarter, so it is in the southern, western and northern, as well as in the four intermediate quarters, above and below. Then the world-honored one spoke the following verses. In the eastern quarter there are Buddha lands, as numerous as the sands of the river Ganges. Bodhisattvas dwelling in those lands go to pay homage to Amitayus, the Enlightened One. So it is in the southern, western, and northern quarters, the intermediate quarters, above and below. Bodhisattvas dwelling in those lands go to pay homage to Amitayus, the Enlightened One. All those Bodhisattvas, taking with them exquisite heavenly flowers, precious incense and priceless robes, make offerings to Amitayus, the Enlightened One. Playing heavenly music in concert, producing harmonious and delicate sounds, they praise the Most Honored One with hymns, and make offerings to Amitayus, the Enlightened One. You have perfected supernatural powers and wisdom, with which you freely enter the gates of the profound Dharma. You also possess stocks of merit and virtue, and unparalleled supreme knowledge. Illumining the world with the sun of wisdom, you disperse the clouds of birth and death. Having reverently walked round him 3 times, they pay homage to the unsurpassed One. Having seen the glorious Pure Land, wonderfully resplendent, they are led to awaken supernal aspiration, and wish their lands to be like his. Then Amitayus, the Enlightened One, changes his countenance and smiles. From his mouth come forth innumerable rays of light, which illuminate the worlds in the 10 quarters. These rays of light return, encircle his body 3 times, and under the crown of his head. All devas and humans are delighted to see this, and are filled with great joy. Avalokitesvara, the exalted being, having respectfully arranged his clothes and bowed his head, asked the Buddha, "Why are you smiling?" Reverently I inquire. Please tell me why. The Buddha's majestic voice was like thunder, producing wonderful sounds and 8 qualities of voice. Because I am about to give predictions to the Bodhisattvas, I now explain to you. Listen carefully. I am fully aware of the vows of the Bodhisattvas, who come from the 10 quarters. They seek to glorify their Pure Lands. After receiving my predictions, they will become Buddhas. While realizing that all dharmas are like a dream, an illusion or an echo, they will fulfill their excellent vows, and surely establish Pure Lands such as this. Knowing that dharmas are like a flash of lightning, or a shadow, they will pursue the Bodhisattva path to its end, and amass a stock of merit. After receiving my predictions, they will become Buddhas. While thoroughly knowing that the nature of all dharmas is empty and without substance, they will single-mindedly seek to produce their Pure Lands, and will surely establish lands such as this. The Buddhas tell the Bodhisattvas to go and pay homage to the Buddha of the land of peace and provision. Listen to his teaching, joyfully receive, and practice it, and then quickly reach the realm of purity. When you go to his glorious Pure Land, you will instantly acquire supernatural powers. Having, without fail, received predictions from Amitayus, you will attain perfect enlightenment. By the power of that Buddha's original vows, all who hear his name and desire birth, will, without exception, be born in his land, and effortlessly enter the stage of non-retrogression. Bodhisattvas, if you make vows that your lands will be like this, while aspiring to save all beings everywhere, your name will be renowned throughout the 10 quarters. In order to serve millions of Tathagatas, You can assume various forms and fly to those lands. After worshipping them with joyful hearts, you will return to the land of peace and provision. Without a stock of goodness from past lives, one cannot hear this sutra. But those who have strictly observed the precepts can hear the right Dharma. One who has met a world-honored one in the past can accept this teaching. Such a person respectfully worships, hears, and upholds it, and rejoices so greatly as to dance. Arrogant, corrupt and indolent people cannot readily accept this teaching. But those who have met Buddhas in their past lives rejoice to hear it. Neither Shravakas nor Bodhisattvas are able to know the sage's mind exhaustively. They are like those who are born blind, and yet wish to guide others. The ocean of the Tathagata's wisdom is deep, vast and boundless. Even sages of the Hinayana cannot fathom it. Only the Buddha clearly knows it. Let us suppose that all human beings, without exception, have attained enlightenment, and, with pure wisdom, realized original emptiness. Even if they pondered on the Buddha's wisdom for myriads of kalpas, and expounded it with the utmost effort all through their lives, they would not come to exhaustive knowledge of it. The Buddha's wisdom is thus limitless, and pure to its depths. To obtain human life is difficult in the extreme. To meet a Buddha in this world is also difficult. It is difficult, too, for a man to attain faith and wisdom. Once you have heard the Dharma, strive to reach its heart. If you have heard the Dharma and do not forget it, but adore and revere it with great joy, you are my good friend. For this reason, you should awaken aspiration for enlightenment. Even if the whole world is on fire, be sure to pass through it to hear the Dharma. Then you will surely attain the Buddha's enlightenment, and everywhere deliver beings from the river of birth and death.